All right, people, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Don from Kenya Goodness TV, and we have Rich by there as well. Today, I'm the one
Come
man is
on.
I'm done in the office today by the. But anyway, just thought we'd probably maybe just do a video and talk about the upcoming game this coming Sunday 6:30. It's 6:30 p.m. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
Manu versus Arsenal. Bro, man, what are you telling me? First of all, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm doing great. I'm
Right.
excited for the weekend. It's a Friday. Even
Yeah.
though the El Nino is here with us, it's been raining and apparently wanasema kutakuwa na El Nino. Na pia
Really?
najua kutakuwa na an El Nino of goals on Sunday tukinyeshea Man U.
What?
Eh,
Why it's raining? Cause man, where I live, man, it's so dry.
it's so dry. It's been raining the past 2 days on I think it rained in the whole of Nairobi. How come Lang'ata kujanyesha bana?
That's funny. Wacha kuambia sasa penye naishi bana.
Lang'ata ni kubwa, watashika ni wapi?
Anyway,
So
so but
anyway,
it's funny how you're saying it's raining on end because man, on our side it's not been raining. I've not seen any rain actually.
mhm.
Yeah, but anyway, it is what it is. So, bro, man, tell me, man, it's Man United versus it's actually Arsenal versus Man
Versus
United,
Man
right?
United, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you'll be playing at what time is the game? 6:30 p.m. East
East
African
African.
time.
Mhm.
Perfect time. So, bro, tell me, what do you make of the game?
Well, first, being a new month, I feel like this is a very timely game. We are coming from a bad run. Not
Yeah.
a bad run per se, but we drew in the last game. We've not had the best opening of the season. Well, we have had a good opening of the season, but in terms
Yeah.
of goals scored, it is not
Mm-hmm.
what we hoped for, but it is
Right.
what it is. And now coming a new month and starting with a big challenge, Manu is not a small team.
Yeah.
Well, it's a small team to me, lakini, Manu is Manu, man. We've been rivals since eternity. And starting a new month with the Manu's game, this is a chance for the boys to, man up, and show the league and show the fans that they are going to fight for the league this season.
Yeah.
So this game, for me, I feel like the mood is right. The timing could not have been better, and it will
Mm-hmm.
be at home. So this game for me is a must-watch game. Six
Yeah.
thirty on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a lot of expectations from the Arsenal team.
Yeah.
And today being the deadline day, we should expect good news from today from today first, the deadline day, and then on Sunday. Yeah.
Anyway, read, pause. First of all, let me take this opportunity, brother, to welcome the three girls you have on board. Come on, just ensure you like this live. We want to get this live, man, to 1,000 likes actually before the end of it. First of all, we have somebody, Roger Sava is saying, Rich, Kwani, where are you right now? Where are you, Bana?
Pardon everything. Itabidi umeelewa.
Yeah,
Mambo
man.
how it is.
Anyway, Roger, man, big up yourself. Come on, just ensure you like. If you're new, ensure you also subscribe to the channel.
Mhm.
Actually doing very great, but they're almost actually hitting 1,000 subs. It's relatively new channel, but actually heading there. So, Reggie, before I catch you short, what are you saying about the match preview? That is Arsenal versus Manu.
Yeah. Now moving on to the past, I
Yeah.
was looking at some stats at home. Our record versus Manu. Last
Mm-hmm.
5 matches at home. You can see in 2020 last year,
Mm-hmm.
we the game was 3-2. You remember very well what how it went down. Eddie
Actually,
Nketiah,
let me try and see if I can probably maybe present that. Uh, so that carry on. I'm also trying to get the match stats as well. Carry on.
yeah. So last year unakumbuka venye kulienda.
Yeah.
The game went 3-2, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a good comeback. Rashford alianza Rashford that time was lethal. It was, I think that was the peakest Rashford we have ever seen. I
Right.
don't think he will get any better than he was last season.
Yeah.
And he scored, but then we were the better team that night. We had
Yeah.
a comeback from one goal down. We went 2-1. Saka had a good goal too from outside the 18-yard box, and then
Yeah,
also our goal scorers were Eddie Nketiah was on a brace, ndio.
yeah.
Yeah, and you see Eddie Nketiah is on form right now. Now he has scored against Man U, I think, in many games.
Actually,
And
but he
then
actually even got a call up. He actually even got a call up by the to the England
yeah,
squad. This shows you, man, how good that guy and the work ethic that guy has put on, man, for the past years. He
uh-huh.
honestly deserves it. I'm actually really happy for him.
Yeah, me too manze, you know Eddie Nketiah. Unakumbuka even debut yake. His debut was under Wenger. He was
Yep,
18 years old, and I remember when he debuted, it was the conference. It was the Carabao Cup,
yep,
and it was a game versus Norwich City. We were trailing. Eddie Nketiah scored the equalizer, and then Eddie Nketiah scored the winning goal during the extra time. He had a
yep,
special debut for Arsenal under Wenger, and then now again we expect to see him lead the front line tomorrow on Sunday. You know, he's on
yeah,
form. He has that. He has that energy. He has that energy. He has that drive. I think he's been our on form, our most on in form player
yeah,
this season. You know, his work
yeah.
rate is crazy, and I can't wait just to see him in action.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, definitely, man. This is a must-win game, but this is a game that, like, even if you look at the thumbnail, I don't want any experiments for this game. This is a game I want us
Yeah.
to actually they play with
Uh-huh.
players in their normal position they're usually playing. Like I've
Mhm.
said before, like I told you, actually, there's a video I did some time back. This is a game that I'm not looking forward to losing this game, especially at home. This is a social media derby, man. It's more of like a social media derby. You fuck around, trust me, man. The banter we're going to get, but then through the weekend, probably not even the weekend, the whole week is going to be one crazy one. So anyway, you're
Mhm.
talking about stats. Let me just project something on my screen. Uh, so
Yes.
listen, these are the stats. These are the stats actually, by the way, from 2018 to 2022. So 2018 to 2019, we beat Man United by the 2-0 at home. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then 2019, 2020, we equally beat them 2-0 at home as well. And then 2020, 2021, this was the Corona period, right?
Mm.
Yeah, we actually drew with them 0-0. Remember, this time there are no fans actually in the stadium. And then there was 2021, 2022. I remember this game vividly very well. We beat them 3-1. I think Xhaka scored and actually scored a very classic goal.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I remember that game.
yeah, and then Saka actually had a penalty as well. Saka scored a
Like a
penalty.
penalty.
Who was the girl I think was it Martinelli who scored who scored as well? Was it Martinelli? I'm not really sure.
That game. Oh yeah, I cannot remember the first scorer of the game, but it was a penalty and Xhaka's goal.
Yeah.
And for Manu, who scored?
For
Let us
Man
know
U,
up
it's
in the
Cristiano.
comments.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo is done actually. So remember that was the
Yeah,
time, but
actually,
they
it
had
was
Cristiano.
during Cristiano's first season
Yes,
when he
Cristiano
was
scored
back.
as well. And then
Yeah.
actually just talked about this, but the 2022, 2023, we beat them. This was actually one of the most interesting games actually to watch. We beat them
Mhm.
3-2. And like you said, Nketiah scored two, and then Saka actually also scored the goal as well. But then on Man U side, actually, Rashford is the one who actually opened the first goal. Rashford is the one actually scored first. And then was it Martinez? Who scored by the for Man U?
The first it was Rashford and Martinez.
Rashford and Martinez, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think we went ahead and carried the day. So I think by that time actually we've been having a very good run as well. So I'm expecting the same. So this is a game, man. This is a game that I don't want to lose. This is a game that is a must win.
You know
It's a
what,
must.
Don?
Yeah, tell me.
Uh, Last year's game, even though we won, I feel like that was a more scrappy win.
Yeah.
We could have scored. You know, conceding two goals at home versus Manu is
Hmm.
not something I want to see this season. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
coming off of not a good, we don't have such a good record at home versus many teams. You know, we tend to concede.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at most of our goals that we've conceded at home from last season to this season,
Mm-hmm.
either they are counter attacks or games that's better, or games that
You
we've
prefer this? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I prefer these. Or games that or goals. You see, the goals are either counter attacks or shots from outside the box. You saw
Yeah.
what happened with Rashford, and also set pieces. You know, we scored three. The common type of goals we've conceded
Yeah.
from last season, we've conceded from set pieces. You know, that shows how bad our defense is, not how bad we are when defending set pieces,
Yeah.
especially at home. You know, last season, the second goal by Martinez. You know, Martinez is the shortest guy in the team. Actually, the whole pitch was the shortest guy, but he managed to get ahead of us.
Imagine, Bana.
The
Hmm?
equalizing goal, the second goal,
Yeah.
and then set pieces as well, and shots from outside the box. Remember Rashford's goal.
Yeah.
So in tomorrow's game, I honestly don't expect us to concede those types of goals. I
Yeah.
believe the best way to solidify your defense is when the opponent team has to play through your team. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if they cannot play through your team, then they don't score. It's that if they you know, counter attacks is something we should learn on how to manage. We
Mm.
should play in a game that the opponents have to play through us. Otherwise, these set pieces, conceding through set pieces, I think is not a good sign of good defensive work.
Yeah.
And you know, being the fact that we consider a lot of goals at home is something we need to work on. We need to make our the Emirates become like a fortress. You know, if you come to the Emirates, you have to work extra hard for you to score
That
against
is the
us.
thing. That is the thing, man. We need to make the Emirates like the Anfield. You know, we need to make the Emirates to be such an intimidating place, but therefore most teams that they come on board. It's
Mhm.
like best way to say this, but in Swahili, wametuzoea bana. I mean,
Manze,
one thing that I'm actually really pisses me off, especially for when you're playing at Emirates, I'm always worried by the once the whistle is blown. Chances that we might actually concede.
tunaanza game hivi na tunafungwa after 1 minute bana.
Man, it doesn't make sense, Bana. I mean, is it lack of concentration from the boys? Is it a curse? I don't understand exactly what goes on, but because it's it's something that actually calls for a bit of a. I think the coach needs to look into this because it doesn't make sense, especially between last season and this season. Last season actually conceded twice within a minute. The Southampton game and
And the Brighton game.
the Brighton
And the
game.
Bournemouth.
No, Brighton he conceded within a minute as well. Within a minute as well.
No, it was the Bournemouth game and the Southampton game.
Yeah, it was the Bournemouth and the Southampton game, and then recently actually we conceded the Fulham game within a minute.
Mhm.
We equally conceded. So I think this is something that probably maybe the coach needs to look. Ateta needs to look into this because we need to sort that out. We need to sort that by the defense. So anyway, speaking of I think through the season you've seen the experiments that these guys have been there. Ateta has been doing. Is this a game that you still want to see experiments, or this is a game that you want the coach coming in knowing exactly what he wants and knowing exactly by the way what this game actually means, not only for him but for the fans,
Hell no, for me, there's no way you are going to such a game to experiment. You
right?
know, this is a game we should get all the 3 points. There's no excuse, a must win game. No draw, no losses, just a win. That is
Yeah,
what we are asking for as fans, you know. You've
yeah,
been given the funds, you've been given the support. You just need to go back to revert back to the system that we used. And then now, if you want to experiment, you know, we have the Carabao Cup coming up. We have a fixture against Brighton. Go and
mm,
experiment there with the younger players, you know. But for tomorrow, for Sunday's game, my best 11 should be the Zinchenko should come in as the left back, you know, as
right,
always.
yeah,
I don't expect to see Thomas Partey playing as a right back. I expect to
absolutely,
see Ben White playing in that position. You know, there's always a chemistry when
yeah,
Saka, Odegaard, and White play in
yeah,
that right wing. You know, you see the intricate passes that the three have. You know,
yeah,
the runs that Ben White makes along that flank,
overlapping, yeah,
and then the way Saka cuts inside with his left foot. You know, all that we need to have that in Sunday's game. And Zinchenko, playing at that left back, inverting to the midfield, that is something we want to see. And then
Yeah,
something exactly, we have to gain bragging rights here. Experiments are never allowed. That's true, brother.
yeah, that's
Savoir,
very true.
savoir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was saying, you see, what I expect. I've lost my train of thought hapo kidogo.
No, you are saying actually no more experiments by there for the Man U game. This is a
Mhm.
bragging, just like even Rogers said. By the way, this is more like a bragging right kind of game.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Rich Jamie, as you probably maybe try and recollect, but I thought sorry I distracted you by these comments.
Endelea tu,
Listen,
endelea.
the thing is this. Early on, we did a video by the way with Bridget, and actually Bridget said, "Man, there are so many games. There are so many games that we still have, but they're ahead of just this season. And Premier League is not the time, but Premier League points really do play a very big role, by the way. And you see,
Mhm.
in the Premier League, I don't think the Premier League is the right place to experiment. Just like you said, actually, but they agree with you as well. And like Bridget also said, but they earlier on, the Premier League is not a place, but they to start experimenting because experiment, you make mistakes, you lose points or you drop points. So because remember, last season actually we fell short by the Premier League. This season I think I've told you this time and again, and I'm actually even saying it right now. By the way, I don't want anything less by the end of the Premier League or the
When you
Champions
win.
League. Either we get those two things. If you can't get those two things, then I think we'll have a different conversation.
You
As
know,
far as actually keeping the coach here. Yeah, go ahead.
I've regained what I was thinking.
Tell me.
Yeah. So, when we start with that team, the
Yeah,
substitutions also have to be on point.
exactly.
If you are leading the game, it is the 75th minute. There are people who need to come off. You need to
Yeah.
bring off an attack-minded player
Mm-hmm.
and bring on a defensive player. You have to
Yeah, because you
defend
have to
a win. If
protect the
it's
game.
another win, a 2-1 win, a 1-0
Mm.
win, it is the
Mm.
70th minute, it is the 80th minute. Do those substitutions as early as possible.
Yeah.
Ateta should look at the weak link in the team, because when fatigue starts to kick in, someone like Zinchenko can easily give in, and give out goals. So
Yeah.
those kinds of substitutions are something I expect Ateta to do. And if you are trailing, I need to see Fabio Vieira more. Fabio Vieira had a good game in the last game versus Fulham, and
Yeah.
he might surprise us. Something
No,
else
he
I want
did.
to say is I don't
Yeah.
want to see Trossard starting tomorrow's game. Trossard, if Trossard is starting, he should start at that Havertz position, a box-to-box midfielder, which is not likely to happen considering
Actually,
I expect Declan
Rich,
Rice to play.
Rich, I had a question, but anyway, we'll get into actually the score prediction as well. But
Mhm.
just one question, by the way, and actually another question for the guys who are watching. You can let us know in the comment section. You should also like the live, subscribe by there to the channel as well. It really helps this channel a lot.
Mhm.
So Kai Havertz, is that a
Mhm.
player you want to see in tomorrow's game?
Actually, what I'm thinking is,
Yeah.
uh, I give you. Let me give you my ideal squad, the
Tell
one
me.
I will be happy to see playing, and then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we can talk about what Arteta might go with.
Okay.
So my ideal squad in tomorrow's game,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I want to see David Raya starting at
Oh
the
yeah.
goalkeeper
Yes.
position. He needs
Enough
his
of
debut
Ramsdale, by the
versus
way.
Manu.
Yeah.
You see, Raya is a very good player, so I want to see Raya starting
Yeah.
at the between the sticks. And then in the right back, of course, Ben White, not a right back, but then is our best right back with the
Yeah.
absence of Urian Timber.
Mm.
And then left back Zinchenko, as obvious. I want to see Zinchenko starting tomorrow, is
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. And then in the center back, Saliba and Gabriel. The
Yep.
two, they have a chemistry. When they play, we have a more solid defense. And then
Yeah.
now moving to the middle of the pack, I want to see Partey as the holding midfielder,
Mm-hmm.
with the Declan Rice playing in that advanced role, number 8, box to box, and then
Mm-hmm.
Odegaard as our creative midfielder. The front
Yeah.
three, I expect Saka right back, Martinelli left back, And then at the center forward, Eddie Nketiah, I think, will be perfect in Sunday's game. And so, going back to your question, Kai Havertz, if Kai Havertz is going to start,
Yeah.
then he should start in place of Eddie Nketiah. He should not start as a midfielder. He should start as a false nine.
Yeah.
He should start. You see the way he started in the it was Man City's game.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that is the position I feel like we can use Kai Havertz more. But I don't want to see him start. I want to see him come on. Maybe he can come on later in the game. It might be a super sub.
Yeah.
But the one I stated is my expected, my ideal squad. Let me say my ideal squad for
Okay.
that game. Yeah, Declan Rice playing in an advanced role. That is now we get to see his attacking capabilities.
Mm.
Because we've seen how good he is in terms of defensive work rate. The leadership in him.
Yeah.
But I want to see Declan Rice even scoring. He can score through his the way he shoots the ball from outside the box. He
Yeah.
can score beautiful goals from outside the box. He's
Mm-hmm.
also tall, so in terms of crosses and corners, he can also
Yeah.
score, and then he
Yep.
can also make runs. I'm not sure if he's been training to in that advanced attacking role, the box to
Mm-hmm.
box midfielder.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if he's able to make runs. You remember how Xhaka used to make runs to the 18-yard box, into the 18-yard box.
Yep.
He had the best season he's ever had in his career last season. And if we have Declan Rice playing in that role, then what is funny is if he plays in that role
Yeah.
and he proves that he's far much better than even Xhaka in that
Yeah.
position. Then
Yeah.
I think Ateta might even stick with him playing in that position and then Partey playing in the holding midfield
The
position,
holding
because
midfield. Yeah.
you also have Jorginho playing as the CDM. So we
Okay.
should not be worried about our depth when it comes to that position. If we don't have Partey, we can have Jorginho playing. It's not a
Mm.
must that we have Declan Rice being Partey's substitute in that position.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's some interesting thoughts. Actually, but I agree with you. Looking at the squad selection, that ideally, but this is my squad selection as well. The only
Mhm.
person that probably maybe I really don't by there in that position between the sticks, Ramsdale. Man, the guy's been very clumsy of late. Yeah, like even the Fulham game. As much as we're blaming Saka and whatnot, but man, well, he was just. I think David Raya but needs to start for that game. I agree with you. Between the sticks, actually, we need David Raya but starting for the game as well. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me,
Uh-huh.
scores. What are you looking at the scores? What are your score predictions by for the game?
Uh, if we are starting David Raya between the sticks,
Yeah,
I believe we might keep a clean sheet. So in that game, my expectation, I think this is the wildest expectation, especially our home record in terms of goals, conceding goals. But if we start Raya in that game, because I'm looking forward to seeing Raya start in that game,
yeah,
I want my score with prediction will be we'll keep a clean sheet and we'll win the game by 2 goals to nil. Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Martinelli will score. So my scoreline is 2-0 to the Arsenal.
tune into the Arsenal.
Yes.
For me, let me see. I think I predict four. I think I predict 4-0. Let me tell you one thing. Looking at Man United right now, honestly speaking, honestly, no facts. Let me say
By
this.
the
Let
way,
me
yeah.
let me
Hata,
tell you one
hata,
thing.
uh
Yes, go ahead. You're saying?
I'm saying hata if tukiangalia tu the squad ya Manu, I think
Yeah,
Varane hatakuwa. Nasikia Varane will not be there.
that's the thing.
I'm not
So
sure.
let me looking at
Yeah.
Manu right now. By the way, Manu is not really in the best shape, in the best form. And if we just get our cards right and just probably maybe plan our team well, trust me, we could easily actually even score. We could actually, like I said, my prediction by the for the game is 4-0. We could easily go past these guys by the 4-0. But Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let me just read a comment here by Roger. First of all, Roger Sava, thank you for being very active in the comment section. So he's saying our traditional back four will be very essential in this match. I need the Nketiah mood in the finishing half. The rest is known to all of us.
Yeah,
Facts,
bro.
facts, just like we've said. Yeah. And I think right now, by the way, with that center forward position, there's no good competition. By the way, as much as Jesus in Fulham's game actually played. By the way, the last 5 minutes of the game, right? I think he came in. By the way, he played the last 5 minutes of the game. So I'm actually happy because the difference between Jesus and Nketiah, yes, Jesus actually contributes so many. There's so many factors by that he contributes to the team. The only thing is just doesn't score. Yeah. But looking at Eddie, Eddie is a very good finisher. Yes, at times, and actually for the past two games, he scored all the he scored all the games except from the Crystal Palace game. So Eddie is actually
Yeah.
looking very, very, very sharp right now. Very sharp. So like Jesus, he has work to do, and he probably needs to fight for his place again.
that is that is funny, man. Jesus, his best position for me, I think, ni inakuanga ni left wing.
Left wing.
Unaonanga when he comes on, he drifts to the left. Martinelli plays in the center forward, and
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli is always looking sharp with Jesus in the team,
Yeah.
because Jesus is able to hold balls and with Martinelli's speed, how fast Martinelli is.
Yeah.
He's able to drag defenders with him, allowing the Martinelli to make runs to the front. So Jesus can also play as a super sub. That is
Mm-hmm.
fine by me, but someone I don't expect to feature, I think Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is not someone I expect to feature. Maybe from the bench, but
Yeah.
it's Ateta's plans tomorrow. He might surprise us. Ateta has started kukua so unpredictable.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
becoming so
Ikifika
unpredictable, and he's
kesho,
becoming he's becoming so unpredictable. But the thing is this, Rage, as
unajua
much as
kitu moja.
yeah,
uh
we content
Continue, go ahead.
creators, but as much as we give thoughts and we try and give our insights towards what the coach needs to do. We're just fans. These guys, the one who's
Yeah.
in the camp. This is the guy who actually knows all these players by the inside out. So like we're a place right now, but let's just trust the manager. Let's trust the manager. But for tomorrow's game, I don't want to see Kai Havertz. But this is a bragging right game. So Kai Havertz, Ateta man, if you're listening, hopefully this video gets to you. Please don't say Kai Havertz, but game because the guy needs to fight for his position, Rich. Honestly speaking, and there's so many games. The problem with the guy can, I mean, look at someone like Tiba Vieira. Vieira has been Eddie Nketiah, man. Look at Eddie Nketiah. Look how guys, and even right now as they're speaking, the guys who say right, the guys who still right off Eddie. But Eddie has really, really fought for his position. The guy, man, has been fighting his position by there from the word get go. He's those kind of guys who doesn't complain. You write him off, he'll go back, work his ass off, and look at right now, the guy is actually he's getting call ups in the England squad. So someone like Kai Havertz, man, he needs to fight for his position. So tomorrow's game, I don't expect Bada to see him in tomorrow's game. The last question that maybe I had for you, then maybe can end this
Mhm.
live. Let me see. Between Man United and Arsenal,
Mhm. Mhm.
who's more? Who's the pressure on? Who's the pressure on more?
Well, I think the pressure is more on us.
Right.
First, it's a home game.
Yeah.
You see, the first pressure is that it is a home game. So
Right.
being a home game means that we'll struggle. Like everybody expects us to win. The second reason why the pressure is on us is that we are playing Man U, man. We're not playing Bournemouth or we're playing Man U.
Yeah.
The fans when you wanna this is what they do. They talk more with their reasoning, with their football IQ yenye iko chini na venye ni wengi. Imagine tu watu wengi wenye wana reasoning IQ, football IQ yao iko chini. Imagine tu such people ndio
Yeah.
wanakuja kupigia kelele after wameshinda. And then another thing is that coming off of a draw, where we were expected to win. That is another reason why there is a lot of pressure on us. So for me,
Right.
Man U do not have the pressure to win, and if they play their cards right, they can. I believe wanaweza tushinda, like wakikuja tu wakuwe na confidence tu kidogo kutushinda,
Yeah.
itatuleta mbio sana. But the advantage that we have is that we have the better squad, we have the better team, we have the better tactics, because ukiangalia tu vizuri, if you look at Ten Hag's tactics,
Yeah.
I feel like zinawanga outdated kidogo, ana that good quality. Hata kama nimeona wanataka Amrabat,
Yeah.
but then they want to buy Amrabat. I've seen Manu Hoyland is ready to come on.
Okay.
Ametrain na amesema he's ready for Sunday's game, but I
Okay.
believe I don't think he's ready for the Premier League,
Right.
because hajaficha in any game. There might be a bit blunt, so I might be expecting to start from the bench. And then ukiangalia wanaanza na nani? Eti Martial. Who is Martial? Martial hata nitisha. Martial, I think, was one of the biggest waste of money Manu shaifanya, because he's a flop, manze. And
Yeah.
he even had a Ballon d'Or clause on him, that people thought that Martial in Manu might win the Ballon d'Or. But look what happened, bana. Jamaa aliisha.
Yeah.
And then ukiangalia vizuri hiyo Man U squad tu, ukianza na goalkeeper, huyo goalkeeper yuko wamemhype tu.
No,
Onana
Onana is good.
ameconsider a lot
No,
of
Rich, man. Honestly speaking, man, Onana is a good modern day football man. Onana, but that guy rates him
no,
so high.
man. Onana is not a shot stopper. Personally, I don't think Onana is a good goalkeeper.
Why are you saying Onana is a
Anacheza
good?
kama midfielder.
But
You
you
see,
see,
the ideal goalkeeper.
yeah. You see that you need that in modern football. You need a keeper who actually but they can play from the back. That's what modern
that's
football
true.
actually commands. Yeah.
Hiyo ni ukweli, lakini kuna kitu inaitwa short stopping capabilities, concentration and awareness. Unaona? Awareness, huyo jamaa unaweza mfunga bao. Unaona hata Ramsdale ana lacking sometimes ni
Awareness. That's the thing.
positional awareness.
Yeah.
Na hiyo ndio inamcostingi these silly mistakes that we've had zenye zinafanya tuna concede early goals. It is because of his positioning, if si ndo tumeanza ball, I feel like the best way kama the ball has gone to the goalkeeper is not to pass.
Yeah.
Upure huko mbele, watu warukie ball, alafu sasa ikuje tu wapange. Sasa unajua eventually ball itaturudia, then tunapanga game.
No, I agree with you actually.
Tunataka uanze kutoka kwa goal, kutoka hapo katikati, and then you pass, you go back to the keeper. Your time, even the players, the front line, the opponent team, they press.
Yeah.
And someone is so good and someone like Rashford is so good at pressing. If you are not if you are not aware of the position you are, utafungwa. And that is exactly the same way Onana is. Onana pia ananga hiyo position awareness. Sometimes anapatikana off guard, and then ananga concentration. So Onana for me, I don't know, ako acha tumpatie hii season tuone, but I don't think atapiki hivyo. Sasa ukikuja the backline ya Man U, Martinez is good, I give him that. but bado tu nani Jesus Nketiah anaweza mbuli vibaya sana. Martinez with Varane sidhani ka ataficha. So let's say nani ndio ataficha hapo hivyo. Naitongaje huyu jamaa? The other Man U Lindelof. Yeah, Lindelof.
Yeah.
Lindelof is not a bad player. I think in Man U's defense, I feel like their strongest one is Lindelof na Martinez. Varane is good.
Wan-Bissaka, though. Wan-Bissaka, man. Wan-Bissaka is really, but they're a very good defender.
Wewe wacha. Wan-Bissaka Martinelli anamweza. Unaona? Wan-Bissaka ako so good in defensive work. Lakini attacking kwenda mbele. Ako nje mbaya. And I think that will weaken that left wing, that right wing actually.
Yeah.
That will weaken your position. And then right back. Si ni right back ama ni left back?
Left. Let me see. Right
The
back.
left
He's right
back.
back. No, right back.
Si anacheza position ya Shaw.
Yeah.
Look sure yuko.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then Casemiro akicheza na Mount kesho. Mount anachanganya hiyo team vibaya. Mount ni kama Havertz by the way. Akiwa Chelsea, they don't know his strongest position. His strongest position ni number 10. On Mount and Bruno Fernandes, they
Yeah.
play the same position.
Mm.
And Mount and Bruno Fernandes cannot play in the same game. That is a problem because kuna interference with each other's roles. So wakianza na Mount, that's a loss on them. The best midfielder they have in Sunday's game, the best midfield will be Casemiro with Eriksen and Bruno. When they have the
And Bruno,
three,
yeah.
they have more understanding. And then the front line, akianza na Eti Rashford playing as the center forward, that will be a losing game. Rashford's
Yeah.
strongest position is that
Left wing.
left wing, yes, left
Yeah.
wing. And then right wing, Anthony, what a waste of money. Hata sitamwongelea sana.
Yeah.
Anthony ndio atacheza right wing, and then center forward wakicheza na Martial. They are lost as well because he's not good. Martial is not a top 3 team player. Martial si mtu anaweza kupatia mabao. So that ukiangalia tu hiyo squad, you cannot compare with our squad basically.
Yeah, so that's why I predicted by the 4-0. I said the thing is this. Okay, one thing I know with Man United, whenever you meet them, there's always something. Even in their worst form, they'll always give us a run for our money. But you see, if we just get our cast to, because man, we have a very good squad. We are actually, by the same as you can get team yetu man to sawa kabisa. So if we just put things right and stop all these experiments, this is a game that we should comfortably and easily win.
Yeah.
Rich. Anyway, let me just do one more comment, then maybe we can sign off. So Roger, thank you thank you for being very active in the comment section. So saying the pressure's on us. We need to prove that last season was not just luck, and because of the big signings we've made. Facts. Actually, I agree with you.
Yeah,
In fact, we have so much pressure. No, there's so much pressure on us with the signings we've made and where the game is right now.
And then unajua we have a lot of people who still don't believe in us. So we need to prove them that last season was not a fluke. We've been building a project behind the scenes, and we are reaping the fruits of believing in our coach.
Facts 100%. Anyway, Rich, man, that's enough of match preview. So I think tomorrow, like I told you, tomorrow I think I'm trying to get Manu fans as well, then also hear the side of the story. So I think tomorrow 10 a.m. we'll equally do a match preview with because this is just our side. Let's also hear their side as well. So if you're a Manu fan, you probably come across this video. If you want to feature tomorrow's live, that will be 10 a.m. East African time. Let us know in the comment section, but they will definitely share the link with you. Then you can come on board. Let us know what you think. Banter if you want. This is a banter game, man.
This is a game of numbers and words. Kuongea itakuwa mingi.
Yeah. So Rich, but will you be available for the game?
Yeah, I'm planning on that and I think I'll be there. Manzi, nikose aje hiyo game. Hiyo game lazima tukue mtaa. Lazima tukue na mbogi na lazima tu live stream because that is where you get the numbers. That is a game yenye hata wakilose hawatati mi hata sitaki kusema tuki because I know we will win anyway. But that game must watch, man. Hiyo ni obvious. Bora tu Kenya Power wasikue kama ile siku last weekend.
Imagine bana, Friday, a whole Friday, man, the whole day, 12 hours, man. It was Friday, 12 hours. It was Friday, then went all the way by there to Saturday.
Yeah. It was not good.
Just one more question, by there for me. Deadline day is here. Don, what would you have done if you are the manager of Arsenal? So the thing is this. For me, I feel like in the left back position, now that we have Jurriën Timber injured, just to answer your question, I think they'll probably maybe get a player by there for that position. Jurien Timber, because man, you have a very long season ahead of us, and the left backs we have right now, looking at Kivior,
Not a
Zinchenko,
good option.
not a good option. Zinchenko as well. You see, Zinchenko is a player that attack, man, the guy is so dope. Like in terms of defense, the guy is so poor. So I think that's the work of the coach to now master and understand. Okay, listen, once you've scored, this is the time to probably maybe sub this guy off and bring a very, very, very solid defensive left back, just like Kieran Tierney. Now Kieran Tierney is gone. I think we need to find a replacement by there for Jurien Timber.
Third
So
position.
yeah, so just to answer your question by the Roger, I will definitely sign a left back because the current left backs we have right now, I'm not really comfortable with them. Or Rich, would you also want to answer this question as well?
Well, for me, I also feel like deadline day, everybody expects us to bring in someone, especially a defensive cover, because ukiangalia mbele tuko na good quality, everything is okay, but tukikuja nyuma we have very few players in most positions, and we are one Saliba injury away from having like crumbling. So we need cover for that position. Jurien Timber is not likely to feature until late March. That will be a big boost for us then. But now we need to make
I don't even
signings.
think Rich. I don't even think it will be a big boost because remember, if a player comes back in but after an injury, there's always that transitional phase that they have to first of all go through. So for Jurien
Yeah.
Timber, I think he's done for the season. He's just done for the season.
So ndo nilikuwa nasema deadline day, if we don't sign someone and our season iende mbaya, then with all the tournaments tunacheza Champions League, FA, then for me it is it is purely on Arteta and Edu. They didn't do enough. We need
Yeah,
to sign someone during this
facts.
day, especially a defensive player. Yeah.
Facts. So someone in the comment section just threw a very interesting comment. Havertz will score
Will
versus
score.
United.
Yeah, he will score from the bench.
From the
When he
bench.
comes on.
From the bench, yes, he'll score. But man, I don't want to see that guy but in the starting lineup. I honestly don't want to see the guy.
Me as well.
Yeah, man. Anyway, Rich, man, thank you for coming on board. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow. For the guys who've commented, for the guys who've liked the live, for the guys who subscribe, we don't take it for granted. We thank you so much. And Rich,
Yeah,
man,
man.
I'll be seeing you on the next one.
Yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers, man.
All right,
Come on,
cheers.
you
Bye-bye.
Gunners.